Who knew this show could be so fascinating? I mean, I was left with goosebumps and I did not want this show to end. It was marvellous. Now, this show was nothing I have ever seen before. Every scene was filmed only showing their hands and projected onto a massive screen for the audience to see. It was a live film right in front of our very eyes. Sounds strange because that's what I thought, but it was stunning to watch and mind-boggling on how creative it actually is. The concept of the show looks at death and the methods of dying, looking at 7 specific and varied deaths and what do you remember before you die. It was very dark and so was the humorous aspects which I loved and totally never expected. I was giggling throughout the performance as the dark humour was sprinkled throughout the show. The deaths we explored were very clever and each one was really unique. I, as well as the majority of the audience, was captivated by the screen on the stage and as well as watching the action below the screen on how they were creating the scenes. Yes, we could see how they were making the incredible shots as well as following along to the dark story as well. Also, I want to praise the music score this show has. I was singing along to David Bowie in my head while watching the rocket blast off. Other artists was Janis Joplin and Nina Simone. My main issue with the show was that some scenes went on for way too long. For example, some of the dancing sequences, and may I remind you, this was all done with just their hands. They were brilliant, however they could have just shortened them down. This overall would have improved the show because it would impact the flow of it and also keep the momentum up instead of having a slight worry that this scene would just never end. Highlights of the show, other than the creativity, was the car wash scene, the dance sequences, though they went on for too long, and the stupid death scene because that's how I see myself going. Overall, I would give this show a 4.5 out of 5 stars, with the slightest tweak being making more scenes slightly shorter. This is a must watch, and if I can ever see this show again, I will be booking tickets instantly, and I hardly say that to many shows. I linked the trailer down below so you can see how genius this show truly is, and also to get a better understanding of what I meant by watching just hands on stage.